Russian President Vladimir Putin visited the Zapad 2025 joint military drills in Russia's Nizhny Novgorod region on Tuesday on the last day of joint Russia-Belarus military exercises. According to Associated Press, he stated the exercise's purpose is to practice all the necessary elements for the unconditional protection of sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Union state, referring to the Russian and Belarusian alliance. Putin emphasized that the drills are based on experience gained from the conflict in Ukraine. He also thanked the foreign military representatives in attendance and inspected military equipment and weapons. The maneuvers, which wrap up Tuesday, have included nuclear-capable bomber and warships, thousands of troops and hundreds of combat vehicles simulating a joint response to an enemy attack, including what officials said was planning for nuclear weapons use and options involving Russia's new intermediate-range ballistic missile, the Oreshnik. Russia's defense ministry released videos of nuclear-capable bombers on training missions as part of the drills that spread from Belarus, which borders NATO members Poland, Latvia, and Lithuania, to the Arctic, where its naval assets practiced launches of nuclear-capable missiles, including the hypersonic Zircon missile.
Я уже сказал, 10 тысяч образцов техники различные. Из них цель учения заключается в том, чтобы отработать все необходимые элементы по безусловной защите суверенитета, территориальной целостности, защиты от любой агрессии союзного государства. Мероприятие проходит на 41 полигоне. Участие принимают 100 тысяч военнослужащих. Тактическая авиация, стратегическая авиация. Задействовано будет, и уже задействуется, около 10 тысяч систем вооружения, техники. Причем это все современная техника, используемая в практической боевой работе. Да и планы учения строятся, исходя из опыта, полученного при проведении специальной военной операции. И военно-транспортная авиация. Применяется также свыше. К нам для участия в мероприятиях учения 2025 прибыло 25 иностранных делегаций, из них 16 государств направили представителей, а 6 прислали воинские контингенты для участия в мероприятиях в рамках стратегического учения.
Хочу вас поблагодарить за ваше присутствие, выразить надежду на то, что сегодняшнее мероприятие с вашим участием будет укреплять наше взаимодействие. Вы посмотрели, как на основе опыта использования вооруженных сил в современном вооруженном конфликте строить свою работу российская армия.
Вот видите, нам подсказали, мы сделали дополнительное устройство, когда работаешь.
То есть, опять же, вот запрос с войск был и сделали такие очки.
Ну, сейчас вы видите.
Видеосигнала. И третье – это огневого поражения.
Видеть залетающие через границу FPV-шки и, соответственно, информацию и дронами камикадзе поражать залетающие FPV-шки.
Свой беспилотный летательный аппарат, с которым может выводить изображение на монитор для обзора.
Воздушного взаимодействия является подрыв штатным боеприпасом, к примеру, ПБЧ, полученных подрыв. Тактика применения противником постоянно меняется, характеристики самолетов увеличиваются.
Russian ZWAR correspondent Yuri Kotenok gave a long, frank interview in which he admitted that Moscow's strategic objectives have not been fulfilled in 3.5 years of war, and they will not be fulfilled in the coming years. According to him, the Kremlin's announced attempts to demilitarize Ukraine, that is, to deprive it of its military power, have not brought the expected result. On the contrary, the Ukrainians have become stronger during the war. Kotenok said directly that at the current rate of advance, the capture of Donbass will take years. According to rough estimates, if we continue to advance at the same pace, breaking the enemy's defenses, then we will go on for years. For years. If we continue to advance at this pace, gnawing out tens and hundreds of meters a day with blood and sweat, it will take us a year to a year and a half to liberate the territory of the DPR alone. The Kremlin propagandist complained. He stressed that the key goals of aggression announced by Russian dictator Vladimir Putin in 2022 have failed. The key goals, in my opinion, of the SVO are the demilitarization of Ukraine and the denazification. Let's see how close we are to this. 3 years have passed. In fact, if we speak seriously and frankly, we are at the beginning of a long journey. Despite the fact that so much blood has been shed, what losses, what destruction, said Kotenok. He also noted a serious technological lag in the unmanned sector. Ukraine is already in NATO. It is a NATO testing ground. We still have a problem. The enemy outnumbers us in drones. Earlier, at the beginning of the year, we had a ratio of 1 to 4. That is, for every one of our drones, there are 4 of the enemy. This is serious. Consolidated Europe is actually working for Ukraine. There is a problem. And this is a drone war. Drones have changed literally everything, said the ZWAR correspondent. He complained that because of UAVs, Russian occupiers have a very difficult time on the front lines. Our fighters, who are carrying out a combat mission, are often cut off from the main forces because supply is impossible. The supply route is 10 kilometers and the entire territory is controlled by enemy drones. They go 3 to 5 days without water and food. The ammunition is fired very carefully because it is already the end, Kotenok said. The propagandist admitted in an interview that he was born and raised in Lviv. He also spoke about the reaction of his relatives in Ukraine, saying that they curse him and say that his grandfather is turning over in his grave because of his support for aggression.